You know, every once in a while a movie come out and you'll be like, I kind of wish I knew what I was getting myself into. Yeah, this is that movie. Yep. Hey guys, welcome to my Lee Cronin's The Mummy movie review, which I will be avoiding spoilers, and at the same time going over 4 things that will either get you excited about going to see this, or let you know maybe you should just kind of skip it. I wish it was 5 because it's so much cooler to be like that, but I just couldn't think of a 5th. And stay till the end when I rate The Mummy using my 5-star rating system. I know, it's freaking fancy. And yeah, man, just looking at the Rotten Tomato scores, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a divisive film. Mainly because of the first thing you need to know before watching this. If you're like a big Mummy fan, like Mummy loyalist, like you can't wait to go see this because of that. Like there's a story involving Egypt and there's some Mummy stuff, but there's no guy that's going to be walking like wrapped up. Brendan Fraser's not going to come out of anybody's ass. Like that's not even here. That's not even the vibe. Luckily for me, I'm not a huge Mummy fan, even though I do respect it, but I am a huge Evil Dead fan. So you are currently watching one of the probably very few positive reviews of this film, because it was like I walked into a theater and was surprised with an Evil Dead movie I didn't know was even being made. I had a blast. It was like Christmas, but like a really dark Christmas. Yeah. And let's start with some positives that I think most people would agree. This movie looks freaking good. The cinematography, the action shots, the angles, everything, bro. It even looks great in the dark because this is one of those horror families that no matter how creepy shit gets, they refuse to put a light on in the freaking house. And boy, this movie does get creepy. All the actors are freaking solid, especially Natalie Grace, who plays Katie. And you can tell she had a blast playing this role because Katie's not right, dude. No. And yeah, bro, the effects here with the gore, that actually brings me to number 2. Yes, number 2. Leave the kids at home. This is, yeah, they went for the R rating for sure. Yeah, they don't pull punches here. There are times where I had to like look away from the screen, this and that. It was all in fun. It wasn't like horribly gratuitous. It was just uncomfortable. So if you're squeamish and you don't like that kind of stuff, I would stay away. If you love that kind of stuff, bro, the effects here are awesome. All the practical effects, it was great. It was great. It was fun. Freaking horror movie fun. Yeah. That said, thing number 3, I am kind of sensitive to seeing things happen to kids that, you know, aren't fun. And you might be too. Like I wasn't a big fan of Bring Her Back because I thought it was just shock value what they did. Bad things do happen to people on the younger side here, yes, but it feels like it's part of the story. It doesn't feel like it's really for shock value, even though there is a lot of shocking scenes. But it feels like it's part of the story, dude. It feels like it wasn't forced in there, and it definitely, it causes a reaction. But just so you know, I'm normally sensitive to that stuff, and I was actually okay with it here. And this movie, with those scenes, does have a lot of fun with the audience. And because of that, there's a lot of things that could be forgiving. You could pick this story apart. There's some editing that's really weird. Like something bad's happening to someone and then suddenly the next day is there and it's like, what happened? Okay. There's some silly decisions or non-decisions, like go check on a kid if they're okay. And maybe the house is soundproof because did you not hear the freaking battling in the next room? Yeah, whatever. You know what? The thing is, you're having so much fun. I just kind of forgave it. And there is a lot of humor here, and the humor actually does land. It's not like over the top. It's not like Jim Carrey's coming out of anything or anything like that. But it's fun little humor, fun little family dynamics with little comments from kids that are kind of like, oh, wow. And yeah, that's not to say there's not tension. There's a ton of tension in this movie and some great setups with scenes that will leave you kind of like, oh, shit, what's about to happen? And that's cool. No detail. There's a funeral scene, and I'm like, they're not really going to do that, are they? And yeah, they did. They did. Something that I think everyone can complain about is that there's a lack of originality because there's a lot of things you've already seen before. A lot of people will say The Exorcist, people will say Evil Dead movies, but if I need to really pick one out, this is like Evil Dead Rise's freaking brother, dude, pretty much. Which makes sense because Lee Cronin did Evil Dead Rise. So it almost feels like they told him he wasn't going to do the sequel to Evil Dead Rise, and he's just like, you know what, screw you guys, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm doing it in this project instead. Yeah, it's pretty much what it feels like. And before I rate this, the last thing you should know, number 4, before you should go, if you still want to see this, try to go to a theater. Sooner than later. With a group if possible, because seeing this in the theater packed for our early screening, it felt like a freaking party, dude. This movie is not perfect at all, but I haven't had this much fun watching a movie with a bunch of strangers in a long time. Because everyone was reacting to the same scenes at the same time in the same way. And there's a lot to react to here. For a horror movie fan that loves gore, this is a blast. And to be fair, I'm going to give Lee Cronin's The Mummy 2 different ratings. As a Mummy film, I can see people feeling robbed and disappointed. And yeah, this was like, what are you doing? As a horror fan that doesn't have that loyalty to The Mummy and just loves fun and gory and whatever and have a great time, this is one of the best Evil Dead sequels. And I love Evil Dead Rise. So like, I'll put this right there with that. Nothing beats Evil Dead 2. We all know that. Even Evil Dead doesn't beat Evil Dead 2. Guys, what did you think of Lee Cronin's The Mummy? Let me know in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe and whatever to all the stuff that I have. And thanks for watching.